Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 18 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. If you missed the last couple episodes, I highly recommend that you go give them a watch. We went through our first season at Vanderbilt, a season of glorious highs and completely disappointing and tragic lows. We'll get to that. Congratulations to Wisconsin, who won the national championship game over Florida State in a somehow classic 15-point victory. If you're curious on where we finished in the total rankings, we are all the way down at 74, which coincidentally was my number when I played high school football. So that, it all tracks. We finished 4-8, 3-6 in SEC play. We had the 83rd ranked offense in terms of talent, 60th ranked defense in terms of talent. So we finished 4-8, which in the scope of Vanderbilt ain't that bad. This is a team that they've never made a bowl game in this save. They went 1-11 last year before we arrived. We dropped down to 2 prestige for crying out loud. And so 4-8, pretty good in year one, I would say. The part of this that's a struggle is how it happened. Because in our first 5 games, we were 3-2. Our only losses were to number 2 OSU, number 1 Georgia. We beat Arkansas, we beat LSU, pretty good SEC teams, and we beat Alabama. Admittedly, this is in Alabama having a very down year. They went 6-7 and lost a bowl game to Cincinnati. But alas, it's still Bama. And then we lose to North Texas in a game that our defense just forgot how to function. And then pretty much the rest of the season, our offense just couldn't get it going. We lose to Mississippi State. We do bounce back and beat Boston College. So at that point, after Boston College, 1 win, maybe we get in a bowl game, but definitely 2. And then we lose by 11 to Auburn, 20 to Texas, 21 to South Carolina, and 24 to Tennessee. None of those games particularly close or inspiring, which begs the question, how do we think year one went? And overall, I think it went good. However, the big issue, if you look at the summary page and you look at how our offense performed versus our defense, the numbers are, to call them striking is an insult to the word. First things first, in terms of strength of schedule, we had the third hardest schedule in the country, and that is with Alabama not being ranked. If Bama is ranked, definitely won. Um, Defensively, I think we did pretty well. The only area of concern for our defense, I would say, is against the run. Teams averaged 143 yards against us per game, 4 yards a carry. So if they run it twice every third down, they're facing 3rd and 2 every time. That's also why the opposing third down conversion rate was 52nd in the country. Not very good. What our defense was phenomenal at was limiting big plays. They only allowed 20 plays of 20 plus yards and only 4 of 40 plus yards. That they did really good. And that's when the opposing offensive talent was 4th in the country. Now, opposing defensive talent was number 1. We faced the toughest defenses time and time again. Is that any excuse for scoring the third fewest points per game in the country? No. But man, but yeah, our offense was just terrible. I mean, there is no number on here that you can point to really hang your hat on. I mean, sure, our time of possession, seventh in the country. Nice. But despite that, we were 129th in yards per game and 134th in points. So all of that time didn't really lead to much of anything. Third down conversion, we were 42nd, pretty good. Fourth down conversion, 87, which was horrendous. But also, we went for it on fourth down, I feel like, more times than any other team in the country. So offensively, I think we have some issues to work out. It may simply be that in this game, air raid offense is not really the move. It's the offense I've more or less run every single time. And outside of a decent stretch at Louisiana State and a 2-year stretch at Baylor, the offenses look pretty shaky. What I am leaning towards is firing offensive coordinator Derek Bowie, who was the OC I inherited from AI Vandy. We'll see. Maybe I let him go. Maybe I don't. But the other issue we just fundamentally ran into as I go back to the summary page here, we had 19 turnovers, which was bad enough for 100th in the country. Of those 19, looking at our quarterback here, 12 of them were on him. He had 11 interceptions, one fumble. Overall, I think Julian Hackett was not the quarterback for us. Especially with how well our defense have played, we needed a guy that just didn't turn the ball over. And instead, in the first 4 games of the season, he had 4 interceptions. And then he threw 3 games in a row. And then finally against Texas, threw 3 picks, had a fumble, and that was that for him. I benched him for Guillermo Small, excuse me, who he himself didn't shine himself in glory, but that is what it is. And then I think the other issue we ran into on offense is very simple. We had one good running back, and even he wasn't perfect. Like Cody Solomon, 582 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a touchdown in the air. But man, he wasn't Jalen Ingram. Jalen Ingram was probably the most disappointing running back I've had in this series. He's a 4-star recruit. He's a senior. And he has 92 carries, 288 yards. That is close to under 3 yards a carry. 3 touchdowns is nice. He also fumbled it 3 times. And there are so many games where he just did nothing. Against Arkansas, 9 carries, 6 yards. Against Bama, 13 of 23. Against Mississippi State, 9 carries, 27 yards. Fumbled it. And then he had 2 fumbles against Texas, and that was the end of him, essentially. It's just there's just no one on offense that we could just trust would save the day. At wide receiver, obviously, Aiden Pittman did pretty well for himself. He had 857 yards, almost 100 receptions, but he only had 2 touchdowns and he fumbled the ball. We struggled to get a good, consistent kickoff returner also. That didn't help us. I would say of the group, Franklin Thomas was probably the best one, but he only got 3 games because he had a fumble, and that's just kind of where we're at. Good news is, despite all of those offensive struggles, like I mentioned, we still finished 4-8. The athletic director's expectation was to win 2 games of football. So we exceeded his expectation. The 80 opinion is now 60, so we're safe. Fan base passion did not improve. You figure if, we win 1 or 2 more games, make a bowl game, that's getting up there to a D, but so be it. Integrity, we kept all 3 of our player promises because all 3 were snap-based and all 3 were going to be big starters for us. So we get 6 integrity there, 3 on the base. So 9 integrity total. But overall, I would say a 4-8 season, considering how Vandy has done, is good. But for how this season started, we were 3-2 staring down a 3-game stretch of North Texas, Mississippi State, and Boston College. We should have made a bowl game in year one, and that is quite disappointing. So, without further ado, let's advance to the coaching updates. All right, we level up so we get 1 point boost. I'm putting it into recruiting, and I get a new skill badge. So I have also, hilariously, players get plus 10 ball security. Didn't really help them, did it? I already have O-line developer and O-line great wall. And then durability, 50% chance less to sustain an injury. I think the two skill badges I would like are either 7% running back development or 7% wide receiver development. I think since we're the air raid, and even if next year we move to like a spread offense, we're still going to be pass heavy. So I would favor wide receiver development in that. So I think we'll take wide receiver developer badge. Get that going for us. All right. Offensive coordinator Derek Bowie, he levels up 1. We're just going to max him out on offense. One of the reasons I don't really want to fire him is Derek Bowie has a couple skill badges I really like. He has run blocker recruiter, which is really good. Beast mode also is one of my favorites. He has receiving back recruiter, which is effectively useless to me. So that's not nothing. But +2 route running on short plays is really useful. Our defensive coordinator, Brady Lomax, he is old, 65. So he lost 3,000 XP. So he goes down a level. So I have to down, or does the AI downgrade him? No, I have to downgrade him. Okay, very simple. His offense drops to a 1. Done. But yeah, so I hope Brady Lomax doesn't retire because he was a really good defensive coordinator, and I would like to keep him. We'll see. You want to keep your options open? It's an interesting way of phrasing that. All right, so it looks like we do have 5 head coaching jobs offered, but obviously none of them. My goal at Vandy is to build us into a competitive SEC team. I don't see Vandy as a team that I do well with after year 2 and then jump ship. So obviously we're not leaving. We're staying on our current contract. Offensive coordinator. So this is where I might fire somebody. Because I think the problem is Derek Bowie has really good attributes that I'm not really going to get elsewhere because he has 10 offense, he has 8 recruiting. The training of 1 is a little rough, but I'd like to have a good recruiter. Someone like Ivan Cook wouldn't be a bad get, but he has a balanced offense, which is the most boring thing in the history of the world. Bowie's level is pretty good. He's level 22. I think I'm going to keep him for 1 more year. And if we still struggle, he's gone. Brady Lomax did not retire. That's huge. So I'm running it back with the exact same staff. We'll see what happens. Any changes in the SEC? Ooh, Bama is a new coach. They must have fired him. LSU also has a new coach. Wow. The Bama head coach took was that Coastal Carolina? Coastal Carolina offensive coordinator job. That's a downgrade. No disrespect to Coastal Carolina. All right. Any retirements in the SEC? LSU head coach, so that's why that spot opened. That's it. Okay. So now this is where things will get gruesome and grim. Okay, no one's entering the draft. That's good for us. Seniors leaving. So we have 13 graduating seniors, which is not a big number. However, almost all of them were like top one or two starters at their respective positions. So let's go through the list. QB, Julian Hackett, who I mentioned. I think Julian Hackett is a good QB. He's just not a good QB for the offense we wanted to run. I think if I had like in my previous save when I was at Fresno State, if I had a run first, pound the rock, three awesome running backs, and Hackett was my QB, we'd be in business. But the fact of the matter is, the accuracy of 80 was just too low, and he turned the ball over so much. IQ didn't really matter. Running back, we're losing both Solomon and Ingram. I think Solomon's a decent running back. Jalen Ingram, though, my God, he struggled this year. I think in terms of overall, we're going to struggle to replace these two. I don't think we'll struggle in terms of production. Wide receiver, no way about it. We are losing our best offensive player in Aiden Pick. There's no way around it. He had 857 yards this year. He had 143 targets by the by. Um, we use him as kick returner for a bit. Like, he is our best offensive player. We cannot replace him. Like, he is our Sergio Aguero. Franklin Thomas also leaving us. Also, one of our many kick returners we tried this year. He had his worst year of his three as a senior, which is always kind of rough. Um, 25 catches, 260 yards, didn't get a touchdown. Only had one drop, to be fair. But, I mean, when your catch percentage is 54, 40, and 46, you're not going to be that much of an impact wide receiver. That's also why I dropped him in the depth chart toward the end of the season. So, looks like Pittman will get drafted, which is good. We'll see where he goes. Tight end, we're not losing anybody. Offensive line, we're losing Enrique Cherry. I believe our highest rated O lineman, 12 pancakes this year, only 3 sacks. He did very well for himself, and we will try to replace him. Good luck. We're not losing our kicker. I wish we were, but that's a separate conversation. D-line, we're losing Esteban Covington, which is painful. He got injured this year, missed 4 games. So his counting numbers aren't great, but he still got a couple tackles for a loss. Overall tackles were down, though. I still will never understand why the AI put so many defensive linemen in coverage in 2031 at Vandy before I took over. Like, Covington is 6'2", 285. He was somehow targeted 8 times. I'm not going to... Were they just running cover 2 drop the whole time? And then the other D lineman we're losing is Terrell Nelson. 3-year starter. Overall, really good. Almost 40 tackles this year, 7 tackles for loss, handful of sacks, pressures. Again, he was targeted. I don't understand the AI sometimes. Linebacker, this is where we could be in trouble. Pablo Charles, who I ascended up the depth chart when he had a pretty good offseason gain, had a good year. 40 tackles, 11 for a loss, 7 sacks. As a linebacker, you'll take that. He improved his completion percentage allowed, a couple pass breakups. Despite his relatively low overall of a 77, especially for the SEC, I think he did pretty well. And unfortunately, we don't really have anyone to replace that production, which is a terrifying thought. Jeremiah Reeves, he only appeared in 3 games. I essentially took him out because he allowed 5 pass completions. He didn't accumulate a stat like most of the season. Just, senior Yair Skinner took his spot. We never looked back. I think of our 13 graduating seniors, oh wait, I didn't do corner. My mistake. Maxwell John, probably our best player on defense. He only allowed a 46% completion percentage. Did get a pick. Really, really good corner. Good news is, as we're shifting to zone more, I think we wouldn't need him as much, but I mean, come on, 107 man coverage, 97 speed. Like, you're not going to get many corners in your save like that. Bradley Weaver, who I moved from safety over to corner, um, didn't do great. He had a tackle for loss, had a sack. He allowed 57% completion. He was definitely more useful as a corner than as a safety, but not one I think will miss too heavily. We are though losing our top safety, the main man, Levi Samuel, who was only targeted 4 times, which as a safety is kind of funny. 25 tackles, tackle for loss. Safeties in this game, the numbers they put up are always going to be low, but overall, great player. So that's that. We're losing 13 seniors. I think we'll struggle to replace a lot of them, but there's a reason only one of them is going to be drafted. I'm surprised the 90 overall DBs aren't projected to be drafted, but you never know. All right. Let us advance to the transfer portal. I believe we had 4 players that were threatening to transfer at season's end. Let's see how many of those are there as I drop frames, as this advance always does. Maybe I should lower the frame rate solely when I advance into the player's transferring screen. That would be kind of funny. I believe it's 4. If I see Stone Nelson's name under the players transferring, I can't be held responsible for what I say. I'm going to punch this guy into the sun. All right, so the 4 players that I thought would transfer are transferring. Let's do this very simply. Wide receiver, Jeffrey Hardy technically is our number 1 rated wide receiver in terms of overall. However, he is a converted running back. He only played in 5 games. He was targeted 19 times in those 5 games, to be clear. It had just under 80 targets. Like, he would want 35 targets, which on one hand, maybe he gets, but Paul Jeffries, Hayden McNair, Kieran Swear are all going to be above him in the depth chart probably. Randy Orr, I'd like to get playing time. So really, like, if Hardy is our 4th or 5th wide receiver, odds are he gets those targets, but I mean, his catching is a 93. That's pretty tough to beat. It's just the speed. Because we're not going to get any corners in the transfer portal. We have the Evan Braun, the uncommitted recruit, but even then he's going to redshirt. I'm going to promise him 35 targets. Because I think even if he's our 5th wide receiver, he should get that pretty easily. Next, running back Hector Ashley. He can leave. He only had 26 carries all season. I think the issue with him is he's a receiving back that can't catch, and therefore he only has 63 strength. No, so we'll let him go. I think running back is probably our 2nd biggest position of need in the transfer portal. But, I mean, we know Steven Rudolph is probably going to play a little bit. I just really need his ball security to increase. We'll see what happens. I might cut Alvin Randall. How many am I at? I'm at 80. That's pretty high. I think for now I'm going to cut Randall, and we'll see what happens. Okay. D-line. Stone Nelson wants to leave. So here's the thing. I really want to keep him, but the problem is he wants to win games of football. The promise is 6 wins. Which SEC teams did we not play this year? We didn't play Florida. We didn't play Kentucky. Those will be the two. We'll play Tennessee, Bama, Auburn again. Let's say we win one of those games. We didn't play Mizzou. We didn't play Ole Miss. And we didn't play Oklahoma, didn't play A&M. That's going to be rough. We'll need to win four of those, assuming we win two of out of conference. I think I'll make him that promise because even if I don't make the promise, I only lose 6 integrity, which isn't the end of the world. Yair Skinner. I mean, the problem I'm going to run into is he's going to get jumped by so many linebackers behind him. However, he only played 21% of snaps, only 8 games. He had 23 tackles. That's not nothing. He did get torched in coverage, though, and his potential isn't great. Like, realistically, Hayden Wood's going to be prior linebacker one. Cameron Hughes, Toby Hamilton, Phoenix Jenkins, I all like more. We have 2 JUCO guys coming. Yeah, I think we can. I think we'll let Skinner go, play somewhere else his senior year. All right, so Ashley and Skinner transferring. I'm making promises to Nelson and Hardy. I think that's a solid trade. Okay, so let's talk about the team. So QB is wide open, and we're not transferring anyone in. Either Aaron Christian gets the job as a JUCO, or Alejandro Finney has a beautiful offseason gain period and he gets the #1 job. Marcelo Ray, Guillermo Small, they're going to be our 2 backups. I'm debating cutting Ray, but he did just redshirt, and I don't want to cut Small because he could do okay in relief because the accuracy will hopefully improve. Running back, I can't afford to cut anyone, but it is certainly a need. Like right now, I have a 73 overall running back one. Wide receiver. Okay. I need to cut probably 2 of these guys. We're obviously not transferring anyone in. However, I have 12 players on this list. A lot of these guys will complain about playing time. I think Marco Avery is an easy cut. D plus potential, going to be a sophomore. Get him out of here. Let's assume these are our top 6. I'm going to cut Eaton as well. Buchanan has pretty decent speed after just redshirting, but his catching is terrible. So I think we cut those 3, drop down to 9 wide receivers. I think that's fine. I think the issue I'm going to run into is simply that most of these guys are like 2 to 3 overall of each other and have similar potential. All right, tight end. Cutting the walk on. I don't think that even, that doesn't impact the scholarships. I'm just getting them off my team. Yarbrough is going to be our tight end #1 again. Andrew Seychau is going to be a backup. Suggs and Perkins. Okay. O-line. So I kind of want to cut Zion Hagan because of how bad he was, but that feels a bit mean to cut the redshirt freshman. Same thing with Skylar Casey. Like, these guys should not have been playing. And I will again blame the past AI for spending 95% of the NIL before transfer portal even opened. I do think I need to make a couple cuts, though. I think Jaden Urbina, easy cut. Of my red-shirted guys, honestly, both. Am I taking an integrity hit now? Yeah, I'm losing 1. I'll keep Jalen Reed because his run block is already okay. So there's always an off chance his pass block explodes. But that does bring us to what? 12 O linemen. assuming Austin red shirts, maybe Dylan Bowman, the JUCO guy, red shirts. McLeod won't. He's going to play. Yeah, that could be okay. Kicker. Okay. So here we are. First things first, Eduardo Roach is our punter going forward. That goes without saying. He was awesome. Unfortunately, it doesn't really track that many punting stats, but he was very good punter. So he is obviously safe. I think I feel like I cut Rasmussen. Like the only thing going for me is he has slightly better power than Larson. And I mean, like he missed two extra. He's good for essentially 2 extra point misses a year. No shot he can make a long field goal, and he missed 4 mediums. Like I would rather we just go with Blaine Larson for 4 years and see what happens. So we're gonna cut Rasmussen. I'm gonna take the integrity hit. That's fine. D line. I'm gonna be frank. I don't think I can afford to cut anybody because I'm only retaining 4 guys that had pretty much any snaps last year, one of whom was a freshman. Townsend's coming in for JUCO. I'm cutting Bartlett. I'll take the integrity hit. Clayton, I mean, God, the AI has killed me in recruiting. It's fine. I'm already at 2, and I haven't gotten to my 8 corners or 12 linebackers yet. I think I'll leave that as is. Linebacker. So Skinner is leaving, so I'm down to 11. And again, I'm retaining 4 guys that got decent playing time. Giovanni Guevara, I think I just cut. He has 94 tackling, which is just objectively fun because he can't do anything else besides he has an okay IQ. But like, he transferred in and just has yet to see the field. Like he's gotten 0 snaps, and I'm bringing in 2 JUCO guys potentially ahead of him. His potential ain't great. I think I'll cut him. I mean, there is a world where I redshirt like 2 of the 3 JUCO guys, but I don't think we're quite there yet. And then I'm going to keep all the depth guys back here. All right, corner. So it really comes down to, am I going to play any of the recruits as true freshmen? So I think if I don't transfer anyone in, I have to. Mario Combs, I think, is the closest to being ready from a coverage standpoint. Bowie has the speed, but his IQ is terrible. Can't cover zone. Kind of same with Baird. So I can't really afford to cut any of these guys, even though they have horrendous potential. And then safety, 5 is a big number, but I like to keep a decent safety group in case I have to move anyone to corner. Like I could move Braxton Rainey to corner and I think live with it. Yeah. All right, so that's where we're at. I'm cutting 10 players. That brings me to 72, which is kind of low because we have 3 uncommitted recruits, or excuse me, 4 uncommitted recruits, of which I'm definitely going to get 3 of them. I'm getting McConnell, I'm getting Simpson, I'm getting Van. Evan Braun is the one that's up in the air. So assume I get 3. That brings me to 75. That means 10 players transferring in. Nah, that's too many. That's not worth the integrity. I will keep, say, 3 of these guys around. I'll keep Eaton for his potential and the fact that there's some numbers there that are okay. Buchanan, I think, just can't catch. Buchanan is a year younger. We'll see. Um, then linebacker. Maybe I just keep Giovanni Guevara. Yeah, that brings me to 75. Okay. So I cut 7. So no integrity hit comes my way, which I think is fine. Yeah. And if we get 3 uncommitted recruits, that brings me to 78. So I need 7 players. Okay. Let me then go through positions in need in the transfer portal. QB, obviously, no. Running back, yes. Probably our biggest position of need. Wide receiver, we're fine. I think we're not going to have that top heavy, great wide receiver like we had last year with Aiden Pittman, but I think our depth is going to be spectacular. Tight end, we're fine. As long as I run an air raid, I'll never need to transfer in a tight end. O line, we will need all the help we can get. Like if we transfer in 3 O linemen, I think I feel okay. Kicker, we're obviously okay. D line, I think it's still a position of need for recruiting. Stowe Nelson's going to be good. Jaden Metcalf's going to be good. Brian Welch, I think there's something there. But that's kind of the end of my confidence level. Linebacker, we're losing Skinner. And I have a lot of JUCO guys coming in that are going to play. So I don't think we need linebacker help. Corner, yes. I think if I can avoid playing these 3 as true freshmen, I would like to. And I'm only returning 2 guys that played 50% more snaps. One of them, Neely, allowed 60% in coverage. The other one was Terry, who allowed 60 also. So if I can get another corner, it'd be great. Safety, I think I can run it back with Wallace, though I might move Wallace to corner. I mean, if I move Wallace to corner, they did have 75% completion on him. I'll put corner slash safety. We'll see what the transfer market looks like. But I think that's it. So we need running back, O line, D line, corner, safety. And if there's a great, great, great linebacker, I think we look. But I really want Hayden Wood, Cameron Hughes to get the playing time that they need. So that is it. 2 players are transferring, 7 are being cut. I highly doubt any of these decisions will come back to bite us. So let me advance to the draft and see if any of our guys got drafted besides Pittman. I'd be surprised if like the 90 overall corner, 91 overall safety don't get drafted. Well, you never know. Two players got drafted. Who other than Pittman? Maxwell John. Yeah, I knew it. Pittman went in the 4th round. Some team got a nice steal. Round 6 for Maxwell. Very good. Any of my former Baylor players get drafted? Dawson Shaw got drafted. You're welcome. Hayden Hanna got drafted and Sean Harrington. All right. How did Hanna do this last year? Yeah, 820 yards, 5 touchdowns. Yep. Yeah. I mean, we knew when we recruited him he was going to be good. All right. Hall of Fame inductees, Ring of Honor inductees, blah, 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 blah. In terms of Ring of Honor for the senior group, Pittman, I think, add him to the Ring of Honor. Even though I only had him for a year, he was still insanely consistent, without question, our best wide receiver. Put him in there. All right. Now, transfer portal. Prepare your post notes. Time to look at a lot of names. All right, so we have 10 scholarship spots open. We have 4 uncommitted recruits. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to try hard to get Evan Braun. Like, odds are he'll be a solid wide receiver, but I have really good wide receivers. It's my most deep position group. If UAB wants to fight for him, they can. McConnell, Simpson, Van, we should get without issue, so I'm not going to put any points to them. I'll probably just do an okay pitch for Braun every time, and if UAB wants to spend more money or do a better pitch, more power to them. Okay. So let us assume that we have 7 scholarship spots open, that we're going to get these 3. We're not going to get Braun. Let's talk transfers. First things first. Who is the highest overall, and do they want to come to me? Well, remember what I said? The one thing we didn't have is a top level wide receiver. He has 101 speed and 88. I mean, I have to. Like, he's a Memphis kid and he's leaving Memphis? Wow. Okay, so he's a Memphis kid, goes to Mississippi State, plays as a true freshman and sophomore, does okay. Has a season ending injury in week 3. Oh, they played him through his major injury, you idiots. And then severe injury, so he redshirts technically. And then his junior, wow. Wow. I mean, we're going after him. No reason not to. Corner, I mean, how many points am I behind Wisconsin? 700 before asking. I'll think about it. Zachary McClure would be the one that I think we go for, because that's a top level linebacker, good in coverage, good yeah. I mean, that's the one. I mean, these wide receivers are good, but I'm going for Dudley. Running back. Ball security of an 82 is a little low. I'm 700 points behind on him. I'll add him to the list. We'll see. Mason Embry is a slot guy, which we don't really need. I'm trying to weed off of the man specialist corners. Ronan Meeks at corner. He can't really tackle, but that might be a good move because he's decent at zone. I'll add him to the list. Camden Kimball looks solid at linebacker. He is a Texas kid, though. That's going to be... His interest in A&M is what? 92? Okay, yeah, never mind. And I'll let Baylor have that. Okay, let us now look straight interest. A kid from Hawaii, fair enough. Oh, boy. Abel Carpenter is interesting. He'll be a junior. He's not very athletic, but he has 100 IQ, good in zone. Maybe not. Tyrone Charles. He is a receiving back that can't really catch and doesn't have great speed. No, thank you. Let me look just at running backs. Because I imagine not a lot of running backs can be interesting to me. Edwin McNeil. Okay, let's look at the fresh. So his ball carrier vision is a 65. Did he play at all or just straight? No, he didn't play either 2 years at. I mean, if he didn't want to be a star, honestly, his interest in me is a 99. He has a potential. I might as well go for him in the hope that, his junior, senior years are going to be spectacular. But he's not a guy for next year, which is kind of an issue. All right, so of the transfer group, I am ahead on 3, close on 4. All right, let's take a look. Emilio. I mean, his ball security is a 71. Like, that's essentially unplayable. Tyron Woodson, true freshman. Did he play at Clemson? One game, he had one carry for 15 yards, and he says, I'm done. Fair enough. I mean, he's not very quick. Ball security is a 78, but he's really young. That might be a good get. Ooh, if your ball security was better. I mean, a lot of young running backs. Devontae McKee, though, ball security is already a 90, and he's a redshirt freshman. Potential is bad, but I can live with that. Derek Paul would also be pretty good. How 800 behind. And one thing to consider is we don't have a lot of NIL money. We have what? Just under 3 remaining. That's not a lot to dance with. I am tempted by the true freshman, but like I think what we need more is just a guy that can play next year. And Devontae McKee is that. His speed's only an 82, but his ball security is a 90. Like that'll do. Okay, so whoops. Give me initial contact first. Yeah, a lot of these guys are just not the overall we want. Okay, so that's running back. Offensive line. Who really wants to come dance? A couple guys in the 90s. Eduardo Cobb. I mean, did he play at Notre Dame? Yes, but he never got any stats. I mean, I like him. He has B potential, mid-high 70s, and the 3 stats that matter. That's worth a shot. Fitzgerald, great strength. Run block is terrible. Pass block is solid. Maybe. Yep. There we are. Bryce Lucas. 85 strength. That'll get you a long way. Potential's good enough. I can get one last hurrah in pass blocking. He barely. This guy made second team all freshman O line, and then Arizona just didn't play him for 2 years. That's rough. I mean, Zane Langford's if I want just a pass blocking menace. Maybe. Cunningham. Oh, yeah. I'm already ahead on Cunningham. Let me. I mean, yeah. Like the run blocking is a shame, but I think that's a good group of 3 to go after. Defensive line. Oh God. The interest. Oh no. Is anyone really interested in me? 86. No. Ooh. Why does his strength have to be so bad? To be fair, he has 93 block shedding. Like Andre Palacios, on the other hand, 85 strength, 89 block shed. He's a much worse tackler. Pursuit, I don't care about. His IQ is also worse. Is it better to go after the Texas kid that favors Texas schools or the Missouri kid that has a 93 interest in Mizzou? That's really the question. Wow, Clemson is just shedding players. I still think it's one of those two, but the question is, would I rather have? I think I would rather bank on a guy becoming a lot more athletic his senior year than a guy suddenly learning how to be great tackle. Palacios. I mean, he's good for 3-4 sacks a year, handful of tackles for a loss. Pretty good production at North Texas. What about Hopkins at Arkansas? He only played 1 year. Good Lord. I mean, he got 14 tackles and 11 sacks. Actually, here's a question. How did he do against me? Because our O line was the worst O line in the SEC. How'd he do? Hopkins. 5 tackles for 5 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 sacks. Okay. That is rather funny. I had a very simple barometer. How did he do against me? I think honestly, let's add them both to the target list and we'll just see what happens. But the fact that I'm not ahead on any of these guys is hilarious. I will also throw my hat in the ring, despite the fact that the interest is 17 in this true freshman with A potential. Mine as well. Okay, and now corner and safety, which is a little dicey because, like, what do I need? Wow, what happened to Clemson? I'm 600 behind on Esteban. I mean, 74 speed is a little low because let's say that goes up by 3. Even if his coverage gets better, he's a slow corner with bad pursuit and low IQ, which, to be fair, still might be worth a flyer. However, the Louisiana kid that played 2 games at TCU, 96 interest in LSU. Never mind. There is no amount of money or pitches I could throw at that guy. Quentin Wagner. 94 interest in Wake Forest. Why so interested in Wake Forest? Proximity to home. Sure. I always forget that Wake Forest is in North Carolina. It feels like a Northeast school. This is a kind of a grim list. What about just straight interest? Carpenter, yeah, no. Garland, no. Tyler Van, Alabama kid that doesn't want to go to Alabama, is pretty funny. We'd be ahead of him automatically. He gets me either a really well rounded corner or a great coverage safety. I think that might be worth going. Okay, so that's the list. We have 10 scholarship spots, 17 guys on my list. Do I even I kind of want to just take the 1 point integrity hit and rescind Evan Braun's NIL and offer. And just let UAB have him. Because that 700,000 might become very, very important. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to offer everybody to get me the most points humanly possible. I'll do my pitches, but I'm not going to touch NIL because I want to see what the other schools do. In terms of who I want on my team the most, I think Devin Harding is 1. He gets the ace pitch. Tyrell Dudley is 2. Actually, Dudley doesn't care about the scholarship as much. Let me give him the ace pitch. Harding is 2. McClure is 3. He gets an ace. Defensively, Ronan Meeks gets the other ace, and as will where are you? Palacios. Well, I think I would rather Palacios than the lack of athleticism for Hopkins just scares me. but we'll see. And then just the best pitches I can for the young guys. McNeil, I'm not going to touch with pitches. I don't think it's really worth it. And then I'm short one. You know what? Where's I think I need to bounce one of the safeties. Meeks would go to corner, but so would Van. Oh, good. He barely played at Kentucky. Neat. I lied. I'm gonna drop Van and just go after Ronan. I think that's a better path to success. Okay. Let me reset the filters, get everyone in here. So I think if UAB offers more money for Evan Braun, I am gonna rescind my offer in NIL and get my 700,000 back. That's my decision. But if UAB doesn't try to get him, then I'll just keep offering okay pitches and get him. They did a good pitch, which is better than my okay. Like if they get 368, I would have to give like an ace pitch. I don't think he's worth it. Like I contend Evan Braun will likely become a good wide receiver, but I would rather have a better chance at getting these transfer guys. Well, let me see how the money works out first. Okay. So, okay, we're going to get McNeil done. He doesn't need money. Uh, Cunningham, it looks like we'll get. Yeah, we'll get McNeil even with the penalty. So let me offer the minimum for these guys 740. McClure's minimum 1.2 million. Oh, God help me. Cobbs is 550,000. I mean, O line needs shirt up yesterday. Um, yeah, I need the money. We're gonna take the integrity hit and lose Braun. Like I can't. I don't have the money. Like Dudley is 1.4. That's all man out right there. If we go for Dudley, man, man. Because we're not getting Bryce Lucas. That's not happening. We're not getting Harding. Like we just can't catch that. So we drop those two. Do I have a chance at Hopkins? No. The interest in Mizzou is too great. So we're going to drop all three. All right. So, man, they want all their money, don't they? Meeks is 1.17. Palacios is 688. Snyder. I don't care about Snyder anymore. Get him off my list. McKee, who suddenly I really need. So he's going to get 610. Oh, that's terrible. I mean, I'm already 336 behind. Wow, we have no money. We going down to 2 prestige has genuinely nuked our team for years to come. I mean, there is a chance we get McClure even with the penalty. Because I can't see the penalty, can I? Game settings? Yes. Half penalty is 1,000 points. So I would need to be up 1,000 on Utah. We'll see if I can get there. Okay, so right now I'm not offering McClure money. Sadness. Braun, Like, I can't afford Dudley, and that sucks. Like, I have 1 million left. I can't do it. And so it's either, I guess, better NIL. If a team doesn't offer Palacios, I need. So he'll get his money. That leaves me with 330,000 left. So if I get rid of Evan, that's 1 million. That doesn't even get me McClure's minimum. That doesn't get me Dudley's. Yep. All right. Doesn't get me Roman either. Wow. I mean, his interest in them is just huge. Okay, so I think we give the best pitch we can to the guys that we're offering NIL to. And then yeah, I think we have to do a better pitch to Evan Braun then. Because we need the money. And I'll offer a good pitch there just in case. But wow. We really just need money, don't we? All right. We're going to advance the week. And if it looks like we're not going to get a lot of the transfers, then man, am I about to look at some 2-star recruits. That'll just be where we are at mentally. I'm ahead of UAB by 17. Lol. Okay. Utah. Utah, they offered money. Oh, they offered scholarship. They didn't even touch money. All right, we're not getting Dudley. Mississippi State just offered 2.1 million. That's off the table. We're not catching Nebraska. They offered 1.4. That's off the table. McKee, Colorado, offered money. Okay, so unfortunately, we're kind of in trouble here. It looks like we're going to get Cunningham. We're going to get McNeil. Going to get Cobb. So O-line will be fixed. That's good. Everything else is bad. So McKee, I'm 356 behind. My ace pitch gets me a little bit. He doesn't care about NIL. So yeah, I'm not getting McKee either, man. Unless I offer him even if I offer him all the money I have left and do my best pitch, that would mean, yeah, no, Colorado gets him. I'm not getting McKee. Well, shucks. Okay, I'm going to take the integrity hit, get my money back on McKee. Man. Okay. So now I just need to figure out which of my guys I like the most. So we're getting both O linemen. That's done. It would appear we're going to get McNeil, the running back. So the fight is for McClure and Palacios. I have 940,000 US dollars. McClure, yeah, I need 700,000 more. I think McClure is worth it. Actually, no, I need 300,000. I mean, McClure's obviously worth it. That's really not even a question. Yeah, I'm going to rescind Evan Braun. UAB is going to get him. Congrats to UAB. All right. So yeah, McClure, we're going to offer 1.3 million. He's going to get our best pitch. The rest of the money, I am going to throw at Palacios to get me the best pitch I can to get him. McNeil, we're obviously going to get, and then both Cunningham. I think I can just get away with doing an okay pitch. I want to give an ace pitch to Cobb. Illinois has not offered money yet. I want to make sure I don't get sniped. So with that ace pitch, I am 1,100 points ahead. I think he's ours. Okay, so O line is set. McClure will be ours also. Linebacker help is done. Palacios at D line is going to be a fight. I'm not bringing in a corner, which sucks. VTech. All right, so O line is done. Linebacker, we assume, is done. So running back, corner, and safety. All right, we need to look at recruits now because we're out of money. So it can only be recruits. Exclude targeted recruits, obviously. Good God. All right, first of all, are we close on any 3-stars that might still exist? A corner. My God. Scout him once. I mean, scout him again. B minus potential hurts me. I can't do it. But I kind of want to. But I also would feel bad for sniping Old Dominion. Screw it. Okay. So running back first. Let's just scout, take a look. No, that was makes me want to weep and then die. Corner and safety, we're going purely off vibes. This guy from Tulsa's got good speed, good zone, but can't tackle. Good speed, iffy zone, can't tackle. Gee, I wonder why none of these guys got recruited. Yeah, and that's the end of the list of guys we'd be close to. I mean, neither of these 3 offered scholarship. I'll add Allison to the list because B minus speed, C plus zone could get me somewhere. I'll add him. And Tulsa hasn't offered him a scholarship, so I think I might just still get him anyway. Oh, whoops. So that brings my target list to 10. So we are maxed out. Let me quickly just look. Are there any 2-stars that I know have good potential? A plus. Oh yeah, Luke, who I've looked at earlier. No, the answer is no. Okay. So let me then offer these 2 guys scholarships and give them good target pitches. I mean, Old Dominion hasn't offered Rivers a scholarship, so we'll see. Okay, that's my list of 10. So, in terms of transfers, These are the five that I think we'll bring in. We're definitely getting Cobb and Cunningham. We're definitely getting McNeil, even with the NIL penalty. Liberty is not making up that distance. I wonder why he wants to come to me so bad, 'cause he's not a Texas kid. Oh, playing time. Fair enough. And he really cares about college life and academics. Good for you, buddy. And then the McClure, Utah would have to make up 600 plus 866. They'd have to do essentially a 1,500 point pitch, and I don't think they have that in them. So we're gonna get these four, which means O line is looking better, running back is looking better, linebacker is we have our top guy. Andre Palacios, I think, is an interesting one. At the moment, we're ahead by, let's just call it 330 to make the math easy. SMU has already offered money. They have offered more than me, so we'll see on Palacios. But of our positions of need, I think running back was 1, O line was 2, D line was 3. Not getting a D lineman transfer sucks. But we'll see what happens. Let's advance to signing day. See who we get, folks. Eduardo Cobb is in. Illinois had an 800 point pitch, but it was not enough. Eli Cunningham is in. Ole Miss 853. All right. Edwin McNeil is in. Even with the no NIL deal, still got him. Zachary McClure is in. Utah 759 pitch, not enough. Here's the big one, folks. I assume we're getting all of the recruits. Oh, yeah, and then these guys, obviously, we don't get. Sadness. Despair. Okay, here we go. Palacios. Is he going to SMU? Is he going to Vandy? Did Houston snipe him at the death? He's going to SMU. We lost him by 80 points. Oh, that hurts. 80 points. And we did our ace pitch for him. We offered him literally all the money we had left. We sacrificed Evan Braun to have a chance. Couldn't do it. Man, that hurts. 80 points is rough. All right. So here is our signing class. 4 2-stars, one of which is a transfer, 23 3-stars, and then 1 single solitary 2-star prospect, Christian Van, a tight end with good potential. That is an average rating of 304. We brought in 1 QB, 4 running backs, no wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 5 O linemen, 2 D linemen, 5 linebackers, 5 corners, 2 safeties. In terms of recruiting rankings, we find ourselves 63rd in the country. In the SEC, we are second to last. Ole Miss finishes last. That's rough on Ole Miss. Man. Texas didn't get a single 4-star. That's rough. For anyone's reference, OSU best recruiting ranking, recruiting class in the country. Worst, Northern Illinois. All right. School updates, please. Prestige 3. Thank God. All right, we're up to Prestige 3. Ooh-wee. All right, we're maxing out NIL. We have to. We got 1 million back from the guys that didn't sign. That helps. Coaching staff will pay our debts. Okay. I have 32 million to play with. Here's what I'm thinking. College life dropping to a 10, I am perfectly fine with. We'll leave that there. That's okay. Marketing, I would like to get it back to a 7. Academics, I think I can keep at an 11 and be okay. What we need to do is we need to start boosting facilities and stadium. To get facilities to 10 is 15. To get stadium to 5 is 6. So I think stadium going up to 5 is good. Facilities, I'll keep where it is. I'll do the max in stadium. Oh, no. Whoops. Wait. 20. I don't know if I want to do all of 26 million. Though maybe I do. Because facilities is going to drop down to 8 next year no matter what I do. So I would rather we spend this year to put all of the money into stadium. That way it should stay at 6 next year and we can start bumping it up a bit. That's my thesis. But prestige going up to 3 is huge. All right, earnings breakdown. We got one donor goal. We did not get the diamond, which is rough, but so be it. We made $7 million in scheduling. Thank you very much, Boston College, for paying us $3 million to beat you. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys. All right, booster updates. If that gold donor doesn't come back, I can't be held responsible for what I say. But I feel like we should just tax the rich at that point. Hey, he came back. Good for you, you schmuck. All right, so we're back up to 3 donors, 1 diamond, 2 gold. All right, realignment is staying as it is. I think it is still rough that we're in the SEC division that has Bama, Auburn, and Tennessee. What I wouldn't give to be in the Delta division. What I would not give. Okay, so let's do out of scheduling or out of conference scheduling. I don't love playing the same out of conference teams 2 years in a row. I'd also like to make some money scheduling. So, I mean, right now, I have 6 home, 6 away, only 2 of which are after the bye. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to sub out Boston College and make the ULM a home game where we make some money. Home to Miami? That could be fun. Home to Tulane, Army, Georgia State. Let's do the Green Wave. Let's schedule the American. And then Boston College, I will sub out for an away. If I can do single away. 9 Wisconsin, 9 Notre Dame, TCU, Washington, USC, UCF. I'd like a team that, on an insane shot, I could beat. Air Force could be kind of fun. Let's do Air Force. Let's do a single away. So that schedule gets me 4 million. I think it's definitely a harder out of conference than what the default was set to, but I'll take the trade off of 4 million. And Air Force is a single away, so next year I can fulfill the last Boston College contract, and we'll be good. This starts a home and home with Tulane also that gets me 2 million this year. So I think next year might be looking a little bad in terms of um, making money for scheduling. Is this too old? Actually, now that I think about it, this might be too hard to schedule because our team is going to be worse. Hmm. Yeah, I think actually I changed my mind. Let's start a home and home with like a 3 or a 4. And yeah, I'd still like it to be away. And make like 1 million. Let's do Jacksonville State. Let's do that instead of Air Force because the AD goal is probably going to be 4 wins. I would like to get there. All right, so that's our schedule. We have 3 straight home games to open. North Texas, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Then 5 straight on the road. Florida, Jacksonville State, Bama, Mizzou, Auburn. Home against Tulane, A&M, and Kentucky, and then at Tennessee to close. I think we can get 4 wins in there. Maybe even more. Who knows? But that's the goal. And we get a little bit of money for scheduling, which is what I like. So let us advance the year and bring on 2033. It's been a while. First, we have to sit through this very long advance week. All right, I have position changes in a second, okay, so position changes. I had one written down, which was that Jose Kaplan, JUCO linebacker, is going to move to defensive line. And I think especially since we didn't get Palacios, I think that's the good move because Kaplan, he's got good strength, got good tackling. The block shed is terrible, but I can redshirt him and we should be okay. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, none of them are really going to move. Do I just want to move Mateo Suggs to O-line? Honestly, one last hurrah, senior year, let's move him to O-line. Or I guess junior year, rather. Yeah, I think I'll move him because at tight end, he's not going to play. Yarborough is the senior this year. He's the starter. Andrew Seychout is the tight end in waiting. We have 2 guys with high potential behind him. That's staying pat. I don't really want to move any D-line to linebacker. I don't think I can afford to. Maybe Elijah On, who just redshirted. He's not terrible in zone coverage. I am going to move him to linebacker, in all honesty. I think we'll do that and we'll see what happens. Corner and safety flips. So corner now, I have a plethora of corners in the mid-low 70s range. I got Terry and Neely's my 1 and 2. Angel Banks is going to play again. But also I have 6 safeties. Who really needs that many safeties? It's really a question of, do I think Wallace would be better served at corner? Would I rather Wallace be probably my number 4 corner, my number 1 safety? And I think the answer this year is number 1 safety. Rainey, I'm a little scared by his lack of speed to move him to corner, but I think I still will. and then we'll play the young guys at backup safety. Because moving him to corner, that decreases the chance of any of my guys at the bottom here having to play. Because I really want to redshirt, ideally all five of them, but at least four. Because over the next 2 years, I'm losing all of my other corners. So I'd rather get an extra year under the belt for all of them. But yeah, those are my moves. Okay. Now time for off-season games. I think the three positions that will determine my mental health going into the season. QB, I need either Aaron Christian to develop so much that I'm like, okay, he's definitely going to be a starter in year one as a JUCO, or Alejandro Finney explodes and takes the job. Running back, I mean, good God, look at my list. And then finally, I think O-line. Like outside of my top 3 or 4, I got some JUCO guys. I got a lot of guys that played as freshmen. Lord help us all. Let us advance to off-season games. This will also slow my computer down to a crawl. Here we go. QB, running back, O-line. Because even D-line linebacker, we got enough high potential guys there that I think will be okay. We do not have that at running back. We don't really have it at O-line. We just have guys that played a bunch, which creates a, shall we say, interesting dilemma. Here we go. If I see like a +10 to an O-lineman, jumping jacks. Without question. But I hope people are enjoying this kind of slower off-season stream. I wanted to take some time, really go through it, especially the transfer portal. Because most of the time I'll do that first week of the transfer portal off stream. But I think it's nice to go through it every once in a while. I am so smart for bringing McClure in. Okay, here we go. Quarterback. So remember when I thought Alejandro Finney would be the QB of the future? Anyway, all right, so Aaron Christensen, talk to me. Oh my God. We're in so much trouble this year. His IQ went up by 4, which I don't care about. His accuracy only went up by 2, his arm strength by 1. Guillermo Small, I mean, listen, his arm strength, IQ went up by 4, accuracy by 5. His potential got worse, but I'll kind of take that decent trade off. Marcelo Ray, yeah, he sucks. Yeah, I think Ray is going to be a roster cut after this season. I mean, sure, he has a cannon, but he can't. His accuracy is bad, and his IQ is a 60. Finney, arm strength up by 9 is good. IQ by 2 is okay, but his accuracy didn't change. His ball carrier vision speed barely moved. Like, yeah, that's not great. I think right now it is Aaron Christensen, and we hope he doesn't suck. That is terrible. That's really bad. I mean, we have a worse on paper in terms of talent. We have a worse offense than last year, and that offense was legitimately bottom 5 in the country. Running back. Okay. We got some 3s and some 4s. Stephen Rudolph, who is going to play as a JUCO, looking like our #1 running back. Nehemiah Ruffin got big ball security and ball carrier vision boost. That's awesome. Edwin McNeil still is not very quick, but he's looking serviceable. And obviously, both Simpson and Martin Ragland are going to redshirt. So I'm going to play with 2 running backs, and it's going to be Rudolph and Ruffin against the world. Wide receiver. There we go. So not a lot of gains. Eaton got worse. Why didn't I cut this guy? Anyway, so McNair is up 5 to becoming our best wide receiver. Really good speed boost, which is nice. Hardy, much better catcher, but I mean, not that quicker. His strength, like, I don't know. Paul Jeffries, better catcher, better speed. Very good, very good, very good. Suero, looking good. I think we're good in the catching department. Where we're going to struggle is our speed. Like Randy Orr is solid. Gavin Butler, who redshirted last year, no speed, but a little bit of ball skill boost. Stephen Day isn't going to play again. He's going to kill me. Yeah, Eaton, I don't think. I think there's a massive fall off after like our sixth wide receiver. I'm tempted to almost play 5 wide receivers and have Gavin Butler be our first guy off the bench, but we'll see. Overall, that's pretty good. I think the fact that we don't have a speed demon, it's a little rough, but so be it. Tight end, I mean, look, Yarborough, big catching boost, big strength. He's definitely tight end 1. Seychelles, marginal improvement across the board, but +8 strength. Perkins' potential got better. Van was looking okay. Yeah, boy. O-line. Now we're talking 8s for Cunningham and Skylar Casey, who played as a redshirt freshman, allowed 7 sacks. He goes up by 8. McLeod, the JUCO, how'd he do? Oh, God. His blocking barely moved. That's actually terrible. What about where's my boy Suggs down here? Barely improved at all. Okay. Well, sorry, Mateo. I don't think you're gonna play. But really good gains. I mean, especially from the young kids that played. Like Murphy got 12 better pass block. Hardy, 9 better strength. Crockett, better strength, better pass block. Really, really good. I think getting Eli Cunningham in here, the man has 97 strength. Eduardo Cobb didn't get that much better, which is a little annoying, and his potential got worse, but, you know, he's a sophomore. Kicker! Roach, no! His punt skills barely improved. Larson got 1 better accuracy, didn't move his power. I may never attempt a field goal. D-line, oh yeah. Let's go, people. Stowe Nelson +4. Brian Welch +6. Same with Felipe Clark and Camden Payne and Jose Kaplan. So it looks like pretty good decision to move him from linebacker. He gets much better IQ. Very good. Bradley Russo +7, +12 strength. Good God. I think I might redshirt Kaplan. His first year. We'll see, but I might keep playing the kids and just redshirt Kaplan again. We'll see. All right, linebacker. Zachary McClure is up 6 to a 92 overall. Pretty good transfer get, I would say. Hayden Wood, after his amazing redshirt freshman year, goes up by 4 to an 83. Cameron Hughes up by 6. Very nice. Toby Hamilton by 5. Good. Giovanni Guevara, who we decided to keep. Yeah, I mean, he got a little bit better, but he's not really going to see the field that much. Only a +1 for Jefferson Alston, the JUCO. +6 for Aaron Jacob, who redshirted. All right. Yeah, I think linebacker, I might shorten up the rotation a little bit. We'll see. Corner. Okay. Well, good news. Neely went up by 6 and is now our best coverage guy without question. Angel Banks got better in coverage. Braxton Rainey, who I moved over from safety, he got better in coverage. I'm a little worried that his block shedding and pursuit are still really bad, but so be it. I may need to play one of the freshmen. Speaking of the freshmen, by the way, Bowie's potential got better. His overall went up by 3. That's good. McConnell, though, his potential dropped to an F plus. Combs is improved to an F plus. Baird decreased to a B plus. Rivers stayed the same, D minus. Of the 5, the one I honestly would want to play would be either McConnell or Combs. But Bowie, I definitely want a red shirt. The others, I mean, they're just not good enough to play. Safety, ooh, +7 for Jamison Montiel, the recruit. And he's taken a 2% penalty because of his weight. That is very interesting. But yeah, Jaden Wallace is our top safety, obviously. And then I think it's Nathaniel Long is the tackler, but Nash is better in coverage. We'll see what happens there. Montiel's going to redshirt, as will Ishmael Allison. So that's the group. We had 2 guys go up by 8, both O linemen, a handful of 7s, a lot of 6s, which is awesome. 1 guy went up by 0, and it was our punter, Eduardo Roach. A little bit worrisome that we had so many recruits and JUCO guys only go up by 1 or 2, but that is what it is. Let us advance. Game plan install. I am keeping air raid, even though I don't really have the offense to do it. We're sticking with it until the end of time. Defense, we're staying exactly where we are. Oh boy, we're going to be so low in terms of talent. I am a little petrified, if we can be honest. I feel like maybe I should have tried to transfer in a QB, but it would have cost us so much money. That's always the problem with transferring a QB. Like, you're paying so much money. And will it really make your team that much better? To which the answer is, admittedly, probably, but man. Okay. So practice, obviously, we'll auto. Good God, we're in trouble. All right, so let's figure out depth chart. So QB right now, Christian 1, Guillermo Small 2, Finney 3, Ray 4. Yeah, I mean, like, the argument for Guillermo is that I know what I have with him, and I redshirt Aaron Christensen to get an extra year of eligibility out of him. But, like, his attributes didn't increase by all that much. And I don't think letting Guillermo Small throw the ball around is an immediate solution. Alejandro Finney, unfortunately, I mean, I can't put him out there. His accuracy is too bad. It didn't move. So I think that's where I'm at. Running back. Okay, first things first, we're going to 2 running backs. We're going to redshirt the true freshman. Rudolph 1, Ruffin 2, McNeil 3. We do not have a power back, which sucks. But, both of our top guys have mid-high 80s ball security. I think the speed is there, but we might not be running a lot of power. Wide receiver. Okay, this is going to get hilarious because no one is redshirting. So I'm throwing 11 guys out there. Um, McNair is one. I think that is clear and evident. Jeffries is two. Suero is three. I think that part is set. Hardy, unfortunately, doesn't have great speed, but his catching and route running are really good. So I think he'll be four. And that should easily get him 35 targets on the year. Randy Orr then is five. The debate now becomes who is six? Because I think I don't love the idea of throwing five wide receivers out there because I got 11 guys. Like, odds are a few of them are going to threaten to transfer. I'd rather give one a little bit of playing time. I think it's Gavin Butler over Stephen Day. Yeah, because Butler has the best speed of anyone down there besides Leach, but Leach can't run a route or a catch. Butler gives me that. Okay. Then for depth, I think Stephen Day, Eaton, I suppose Leach, Cobb, and then poor Ryland Buchanan. He's never going to play. All right, tight end. We're dropping to two tight ends. Both Perkins and Van will redshirt. So if one of these two get injured, we're in a bit of trouble. O-line. Now here is the fun part. Malachi Austin is going to redshirt, as will JUCO O-lineman Dylan Bowman. Because I think if you look at his gains, his strength went up by 4, run block only by 1, pass block only by 3. I would rather give him one more off-season gain period to try and get better. Okay. The top 5 is insanely easy. Cunningham is 1. Dean is 2. Casey is 3. He's slightly better than Cobb. Cobb is 4. McLeod has great strength, but not great blocking ability. After that, there is a insane fall off where I need to figure out which of these guys I can trust and play. Is really where we're at. Because, let's see, Lance Kaufman only gave up 4 sacks last year. Because the man has 94 pass block, but he only has 71 strength. Whereas McLeod, he's the JUCO guy who has really good strength, but not great blocking ability. I think I would rather Kaufman 5, McLeod 6. And then, once again, I'm choosing. I think I'm going to value strength over blocking ability again. We're going to go Hardy, then Murphy. And then I think Crockett is 9. The rest of this doesn't really matter. I think that's kind of where I'm at. Unfortunately, Mateo Suggs, he's a good blocker, but strength of 68 is very scary. But I think I'll put him below. Maybe, honestly, I'll put him 9. We'll see. He might get pushed around a lot, but you never know. Okay. Defensive line. Jose Kaplan. I think I want a red shirt. Like, for 1 year, I'd rather play the kids again. And this will give Kaplan, who has A+ potential, a 1 additional development time where we can run it back. Stone Nelson is number 1. Duh. I think we're going to go Townsend over Welch. I will sacrifice 3 block shed for 11 more strength. The 46 pursuit is objectively hilarious. Welch is 3. Metcalf had a really good season last year. I think he's 4. And now the question becomes 5, 6, 7. I think Felipe Clark is 5. He might honestly be 4. I'll keep Metcalf there at 4, and then we'll see. Um, Honestly, should it be this? Metcalf, Clark, Welch? Because what does Welch get me? He has the same block shed as Clark, worse tackling, less strength. He's just better in coverage, which I don't care about, and he has more IQ. Metcalf is the worst tackler. Yeah. Metcalf 3, Clark 4, Welch 5. Then do I want Camden Payne or do I want Bradley Rousseau? Think I want Payne. Worst block shed, but 98 strength will get me somewhere. So he's going to be in that rotation. I think I stick with 6. Rousseau, Riddle, first 2 off the bench. Linebacker. So I have a lot of JUCO decisions here because I only have one recruit to redshirt. But I do have some JUCO decisions. So McClure is 1. Hayden Wood is 2. Cam Hughes, 3. Toby Hamilton is 4. So now I have Phoenix Jenkins, who played in his first JUCO year. He's playing again, so I'm only going to have him for 2 years. Do I want to play my JUCO guys? Is it worth it for them to be 6 and 7, respectfully? Alston wants to be a star, so if he doesn't play, he'll threaten to transfer. Hoffman is loyal. I'm going to redshirt Hoffman. And then someone like Brandon McHugh could maybe get his first ever playing time. Giovanni Rivera could run out there like a madman, actually. Elijah On is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think I'll play Jefferson Alston. And if he's threatening to transfer and not doing well after the first 4 games, I might just redshirt him and roll the dice. But I really like our linebacker group this year. Corner, okay. So begins the what the heck do I do here? Let me start by redshirting all 4 men. Or all 5, God, I brought in 5 corner recruits. Oh, boy. All right. Terry's 1. Neely is 2. Angel Banks is 3. Braxton Rainey is 4. So at that point, it's a question of, is it worth it to have one of these guys play as a true freshman as corner 5? Which the answer, I think, is no. Do any of them want to be a star? Bowie, no. McConnell, no. Combs is loyal, so he's definitely redshirting. Barrett is okay with it. Rivers is okay with it. Yeah. I think McConnell is honestly the one that I can make the argument for because he's got better zone than my bottom 3. He does have the worst man, but he's the best tackler, got good speed. I think it's McConnell. Let me compare him really quick. Do I like him over Tucker? Do I like him over Boykin? I think Tucker, just unfortunately is going to run into the issue where I mean, 50, the thing that scares me about Boykin, even though he's objectively better in coverage than Tucker, is his tackling's a 59. I think for now, I'm going to have McConnell be our 6th corner. And we're going to see how much playing time he gets if we have any blowout games. See how his games are looking and if he's getting stats. Safety, hello. So we're going to 3 safeties. Montiel and Allison redshirt. Wallace won, definitely. And then Nathaniel Long appeared in one game, had 2 tackles and a tackle for loss. Nash just didn't play, he redshirted. I think I would rather give Nathaniel Long the backup spot. He's the best tackler I got. He's worse in man coverage, second in zone, second in IQ. I think I'll put Long out there. Kicker, we're going Larson. Punter, we're going Roach. Return specialist is McNair, which I think is correct. I think really it's either him or Hardy, but Hardy's speed is just so low that the ball carrier vision and evasion doesn't matter. All right, that's my depth chart, folks. It really is sad that that's my O line, but it looks so much better than last season. I think areas of concern are obvious. QB, we're really shaky. Running back, we're somehow even shakier. If one of our tight ends get injured, we have no answer at tight end. D line, I think we're okay. I also have Jose Kaplan that I can rip the red shirt off if there's a big injury. Same thing with linebacker. I can put Nathan Hoffman in there and feel okay. Corner, if Terry or Neely get injured, I think we're in deep, deep trouble, even with the plethora of redshirted recruits. Safety, we should be fine. So, we'll see. But yeah, in terms of recruiting, I think I'll get it set up now and then sim through the rest of the preseason. So, in terms of recruiting needs, I'm going to be honest. I need to look at QB again. Really didn't want to. Running back, I mean, yes. Wide receiver, I really like our group. I think it's really solid, but I have no one redshirting this year. So we need to look at that. Tight end, I think if we bring in a tight end, it would have to be a JUCO. Because I don't think there's a recruit out there that can save me next year. O line, yes. Always look at O line. Doesn't matter how good the group is. Kicker, we're okay. D line, I like our young guys. They got a lot of potential. I got one guy redshirting at JUCO, but let's look. Linebacker, I think we're okay unless there's a really good standout option. Corner, we're fine. Safety, I think we're okay. So I think our biggest recruiting needs QB, running back, D line. Wide receiver, O line would be nice, and then tight end we'll take a look. So, very simply, first things first, best recruit in the country, 5-star Skylar Hannaford. All right, let me look and just get it out of the way because I know the answer will be no. Any 5-stars interested in Vandy? I mean, 78 isn't nothing, but Bama is a 90. So I don't think we're getting any of that. Looks like we have a chance for Javon Lynn. I'm just going to scout him twice to get his potential. Is it worth it to go for the 5-star? He cares more about Duke. Nah. 4-star, though. We could have a chance for some of these guys. I might just invite, it's a lot of linebacker, a lot of wide receiver. It's actually all linebacker and wide receiver. I'm sensing a theme here. And linebacker really isn't on my list of needs, but JUCO guy might be worth it. A good safety. This guy's A- potential. No. Speed demon. We need a speed demon. No. Well, that's 5 linebackers and 6 wide receivers. I don't need to look at this many. Oh, whoops. Target list. I mean, I like the JUCO kid and Miles Bryan. I know he has good potential. I think I'll keep Emmanuel Luong on the list. But I mean, Caden Sherman could play as a JUCO. Bryan has good potential. So I think those two will be good. And then we'll take a shot on Emmanuel and see. Okay, let's clear up that wide receiver list after I added 6 names to the board. And I know no potential. I mean, for the heck of it, I'll just add them all. That gets me what, 1 camp visit left? Cool. All right, let's look at everyone. Does anyone have like 100 interests that wants to come dance? Answer no. Sadness. Gonna cry. Raul Eaton. I mean, he doesn't look half bad, but not very athletic. All these linebackers, I do not care about linebacker. Let me look at quarterback, please. Alex Palmer, B potential. Sure. Jabari Parks looks okay. Hamilton's a no. Sure. A plus potential. Kobe Hartley. Holly could be good. No on Rice. No on Reyna. No on Warren. Juco. Yeah, good luck with that. Points ahead, initial contacts. Unfortunately, it's the guys that I don't really care about. I think that'll be my list of 5. Of them, I want to send Hartley to camp of the 5. And then I'll get potentials, and then I'll decide if any of the QBs are worth it. Of the insanely high QBs, does anyone really want to come to Vandy? Not really. Like 71 is what I'm batting with, and that's not going to be good enough to compete with the top guys, unfortunately. Okay, so let's look at running back. I mean, ball security is already a B. That'll get you. That'll get you somewhere. I think a JUCO here would be good, but unfortunately, like Tate Flowers is what I'm looking at for a JUCO option, which kind of hurts. I'm gonna head on 2 guys right now. Curtis, for the name alone, add him to the list. I don't even care if he's bad. Add him to the list. I mean, F plus ball carrier vision is a hard sell. Let's add shorter. That gets me 7. That'll be enough. How many am I at? Targets 22. Tight end. For tight end, I really only care about catching. Like, if we're being honest, blocking is just kind of a bonus. Of course, the worst tight end is the one that already just wants to come to my school. That tracks. Yeah, not a great tight end crop. I mean, this guy's good, but he's way more interested in Bama and Tennessee. I'll add him to the list, though. Ooh, Maximus Chavarria. Could be a good get. All right, that's tight end. I am at 26 names. Let's look at O-line. Good God. I'm going to cry. I'm going to go home. Ooh, Bryce Thomas, if he has good potential, could become something. Oh boy, folks, gonna be honest. Let's all be honest with each other. This is grim. I mean, JUCO, I think we need to go for. We have a couple graduating senior O linemen that it would be worth kicking the tires on. He has D potential as a JUCO. That's terrifying. But that's also just kind of where we're at right now with O line. And D line will be the last thing I'll look at. Oh boy. Clayton could be good. Maximiliano Schmidt. Where were your parents in the early 20th century? Yeah, D lineman, it's not looking like that great of a list. There isn't a potential guy I'll kick the tires on. All right, now I'll just look at straight potential. Beasley looks okay. I mean, Haney can't really cover. Felipe Brankley is already on my list. Miles Bryan, no. Darren Allen's already on my list. Lynn, no. 5-star corner. Do I take the shot? Jesus Horton could be interesting. Kicker, Billy Vaughn. I don't think this isn't the year to look at recruiting kickers. I think if my young kids struggle, then sure. All right, how many targets do I have left? Decent amount. All right. I'll just give the best offers I can to various guys. But most of this will be just sorting through come what may. All right. Let me advance to the spring week 2. All right. And that is where I will leave off. I think I will finish the rest of the preseason off stream, and then we'll be able to start next episode with the first slate of games, which feature 3 homestands, 3 road showdowns, and the ghost of Alabama staring me in the face. Thank you all for watching. Obviously, it is the holidays this week with Thanksgiving coming up. So this unfortunately will be the only episode of this series this week. Tomorrow, which is the 24th. No, excuse me. Tomorrow is the 25th. That will be the Colorado Rockies rebuild as we get started with the new season over there. And then next week, I'll be back with the regular slate of videos. But I thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.